Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy GZTV. Happy Halloween to my GZTV users. We are in the dark to bring the spooky vibes. I was going to do a corny intro, but I decided on not doing it. And today, I'm going to talk about some scary movies I watched this weekend. I watched 7 scary movies. I'm going to go through all 7, tell you guys what I liked, what I didn't like, my ratings of them. There were some pretty good ones I watched, and I definitely wanted to watch like 10 of them, but I didn't really have the time. So here we go. The first movie I watched was Halloween Kills. It's almost only fitting because it just came out like 2 weeks ago. Like 2 weeks before Halloween it came out, so it was perfect timing. It was free on Peacock. Shout out to Peacock TV. I watched a lot of these on Peacock. I watched a couple on YouTube, and that's about it, I think. But anyways, let's just get into Halloween Kills. There was a lot of action, not much story-wise, I wouldn't say. I mean, I wasn't really impressed with the storyline. It was kind of cool to see the kids grow up and still get terrorized by Michael Myers. There were some very savage and brutal kills. He like stabbed 2 people in the eye. He like shut the door on this girl and she turned around and like shot herself in the face. This might be demonetized. This is going to be some very brutal details. There was some character development. People were starting to get fearful over Michael Myers. I would say Michael Myers is my favorite slasher villain ever. Definitely, I love the character. The mask is super iconic. Jason Voorhees is definitely up there. We will get to him in a little bit. But yeah, really good movie. Probably I would say top 3 out of the 7 I watched. I'm not really sure though. We're just going to kind of wing it and go through some of these. Next, let me get the image up here for you guys. Next, I saw the movie Saw, which included iconic serial killer Jigsaw and all of his puzzles. And that boy is a genius. Uh, I probably won't watch it again only because of how like brutal and sick it was. Very gory movie. If you're squeamish, do not watch Saw. It's disgusting. The ways he kills people is disgusting. He has a bunch of like bear trap things where like if the time runs out. Which one turned me on the most, Caleb? Dude, Loki, Freddy versus Jason. If you want some nudity, watch Freddy versus Jason, bruh. Loki. There was like a couple scenes. Just for you, Caleb, though. Just for you. Um, but anyways, um, I thought Halloween was a pretty brutal movie, and then I got to this one, and there were just nasty, nasty deaths. Like, um, let's see, the girl with the bear trap like pulls your face off when the time runs out. There's this thing where this guy was like stuck to barbed wires, and they were like swinging him around, uh, and just crazy like puzzles and stuff. But yeah, this is very, very disgusting movie. Like in a good way, though. I mean, it's a horror movie. It's supposed to be like kind of disturbing. Great concept, great character development. I was pretty much engaged with the movie the whole way through. It was really interesting. Um, you know, it's literally like no other horror movie I've ever seen before. Like, just crazy stuff happened in the movie. Jigsaw is possibly the most creative and intelligent horror villain ever. Like no one could solve his puzzles. He's a very, very smart villain. Um, Cringy 2000s cinematography at times. Like the effect in the 2000s movies where it'd be like super fast, like time lapses almost. There was a couple times in the movie where that happened and it was kind of cringy. It happens in Saw 2, which we'll talk about in a little bit because I actually watched that as well. But really, pretty good movie, honestly. Flashbacks kind of highlight the origin stories of the characters and helped kind of develop the characters, introduce me to the characters. Great plot twist. The guy that was stuck in the 2 guys that were stuck together. One of them was a rich man, and the other was a guy that was hired to actually take pictures of this rich guy for like a magazine or something. So that was kind of cool how there's like a plot twist there. Very intense action towards the end. Everything came full circle. Really good ending. One of the guys got trapped in there, and I think he rotted to death, as you see in Saw 2, which I'm getting ready to talk about. One of the guys had to cut his foot off. That was disgusting. But yeah, really good movie. Honestly, I don't know if I like that one better than Halloween or not. I like Halloween's action, but this one's story is amazing. Saw 2, um, uh, crazy puzzles, more crazy puzzles people had to solve. There was this guy that was like rubbed with like this flammable stuff, and there was a candle on a table, and if like even like got near the candle, he set on fire, and he had to like unlock this freaking thing. And then there was another guy. There was like a key. I think it was the same guy actually. The key was like stuck in his eye or something, and he had to like get it out. There's like this Jigsaw was like a madman. It's not as engaging though. I wasn't really as interested in this one. It was kind of weird. I don't know if I really liked it. There were some insane stuff though. There was this girl that was like a heroin addict, and Jigsaw knew this. Obviously, he knows about all of his victims, and he like had this pit full of needles, and someone like pushed her in, and she like got stabbed so many times. And then there was this other thing where there was like a key on the top of this like hanging thing, and there was two hand holes. But if you put your hands through the holes, it like stabbed your hands off pretty much. Crazy, crazy stuff. You gotta watch it. No, a lot of traps around his lair and stuff. Like if you open certain doors, you get like shotgun from above. It was crazy. Um, Brought a character from the first movie to this one. Actually, a couple characters from the first movie to this one. That heroin addict was actually a victim of his that survived in the first one. We kind of found out the fate of the guy who was trapped in the bathroom from the first movie. He obviously died and like his body decayed and stuff. But yeah, next we're going to get into the next movie. Let me switch it. Let me see where it is. Sorry. Next, I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. It's eerie because it's kind of based on a true story. You know, the killings of Ed Gein, the serial killer, who would wear like human flesh as a mask type of thing. Um, it's it tells the origin story of the killer. His mom got pregnant and like had him as a kid while she was working at a butcher shop. She abandoned him, and obviously he wants to get revenge and he wreaks havoc on everybody. Pretty good build up. We got introduced to some characters, a mix of lighthearted scenes and brutal killings. It was almost like too comical for a horror movie, but I'll give it a pass. It was a pretty good movie. Um, Very savage kills. It's very savage given he's using a chainsaw for most of the movie. A good way to introduce the characters that are victims to Leatherface. They get in this car crash and they get like held captive by the sheriff. And very disgusting at times, I will say. If you're squeamish, I don't know if you should watch it, but the characters separate, which create great storylines, and the ending was really good. It's kind of crazy that the sheriff was helping a serial killer. I don't know what the origin was behind that, or the reason, or the motive was behind that. Pretty good movie, honestly. I enjoyed it fairly well. Um, I would say, dude, Halloween Kills story wise is the worst one we've talked about so far. I think the best is Saw and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But, anyways, moving on to the next film I checked out. I wanted to get two serial killers in one, and you guys probably already know what movie I'm talking about. It is Freddy versus Jason. It came out in like 2003, I believe, and what a mashup this was! Two iconic killers in one movie. It was a really awesome all-in-one film. Each villain got their share play of screen time. Each character kind of like the movie kind of like discussed their origin. Not really as much for Freddy, but Jason. They discussed how he like drowned in a lake. Everyone thought he was dead, and then he became like fearful of water, and he just became this like immortal serial killer. So I thought that was interesting. Really, really awesome. I mean, it shows each of their origin stories. Great mashup of two horror worlds. Each, you know, savage scenes, very savage kills. Jason is savage. He's my second favorite slasher guy. Better storyline than I thought. It is a little cringy. It is a little comical at times, but it's a pretty good storyline. What else? Cool fight scene in the end. Obviously, Jason won that, which I was really happy about. Jason like emerged from the water holding like Freddy Krueger's head, so it was a really good way to end a really good film. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I rate it pretty well. Uh, It's probably the worst one we've named so far, but it's still pretty good. Anyways, the next one we're going to get to is the Babadook. This is possibly the scariest one on this list just because of how intense it is. Very terrifying character, you know, the long fingers, the white face, like a boogeyman type of character. Like there was a kid in the movie and he was getting like extremely paranoid over the guy. Definitely nightmare inducing. Like if you're scared someone might be watching you at night, this is not the movie to watch. Honestly, plenty of jump scares. I was on the edge of my seat mostly the whole time. Amazing music. It definitely speeds up your heartbeat. Like really good soundtrack that like builds up momentum in it. Um, Very intense, interesting backstory. You know, the father to the kid and the husband to the wife obviously died in a car crash, and ever since then, the mom Amelia, I think was her name, was just going into a downward spiral, and the Babadook was like kind of like a hallucination, to like show how insane she was. The movie gets scarier and scarier as it goes on. It took quite a while for the monster to make its first appearance, which I thought was kind of a con to the movie, but overall, a really good movie. Um, Sucks that the Babadook was merely a nightmare. You know, I like the real characters. That's like where the best movies come from. You know, Freddy Krueger and the Babadook, I'm not a big fan of them just because of that aspect. Um, Great character development. Just obviously, again, the Babadook represents the mom's mental state. The characters get more paranoid as the movie goes on, which means the Babadook makes even more appearances as the movie goes on. Um, yeah, again, probably the best one on this list. I really like this movie. I have high standings for this movie. The sound effects alone are enough to make you fucking shit yourself. Like, I was terrified when I started hearing sound effects. I was like, oh my goodness, this motherfucker's about to pop out. Like, even if I expected him to pop out, it was still a super scary experience. But yeah, the final movie I'm gonna talk about is The Nun, which is the one I've recently watched, and honestly, it might be top three. It might be top three of the ones I've watched. Very fucking scary character. I mean, look at that picture. Absolutely terrifying. They kind of narrated the origin of the story. It was in like 1952 in Romania. There was this one of the nuns died and she left this like evil presence, and you had to pray and pray and pray or else she was going to get you if you didn't do your vows, as they call it. And I'm not sure what a religion that is. I don't want to like sound stupid, so I'm not even gonna focus on that. Very creepy character, like I said. You know, the yellow eyes, the sharp teeth, the white skin. Perfect, like, spiritual character for a movie. Very satanic. I will say, if you're super religious, I wouldn't watch this. There's a lot of upside down crosses, there's a lot of pentagrams, there's a lot of different, like, satanic stuff that wouldn't be suitable for super religious people. Main character is introduced from the start, which is good. That's what you like out of a movie. You want good character development. You want good storylines. That's what makes for a good horror film. Really good film. I loved it. A great final scene with her getting sucked down in the water and like disintegrating. Really dope fight scene. It kind of teaches a lesson about like religion. Like you got to be devoted to your religion. I know scary movies aren't purposely for that reason, but yeah, you gotta like abide by your religion or else something's gonna haunt you. You know what I mean? It's a good lesson, honestly. Maybe if you're Christian or maybe if you're religious, you should watch this. Interesting to see the life of a nun. It took on a different perspective that I wasn't used to, so it was interesting. You know, they pray every day, they do their vows every day. They're very centered around this nun spirit, especially where they were at. Maybe not all nuns are like that, but these people in specific in Romania were like very centered around the nun. Great fight scenes, and the character was present for pretty much the whole film, which probably makes that's probably why this film is one of the best out of all the ones I named. People kind of gave this bad reviews, but I disagree. I really fucking love this film. It is really good. Again, the creatures everywhere. You're on your edge of your seat. It's honestly scary as hell. The sound effects. It's like the Babadook, but more appearances from the main horror protagonist, which is awesome. Honestly, that's probably the best movie, the best one I've seen. It's okay. I think this part of the video, it's time to kind of give a rating of the characters. characters. Should I rate the characters and then the movies, or should I just do them both in one? Let's just do the movies, because there's good characters, but there can be bad execution in film. So my favorite films, I would say first is The Nun, second is Babadook, third is Saw, fourth is Halloween Kills, fourth is Halloween Kills. No, fourth is Texas Chainsaw. Fifth is Halloween Kills. Although I really like Halloween Kills, I'm kind of basing this off of the story, the plot. I'm really centered around the plot because that's what makes a good movie, the plot. You can have a really badass character, but if you don't execute the film, it's not going to be a good film. Um, and then Halloween Kills, and then Freddy versus Jason, and then Saw 2. Saw 2 was the worst one. It was very boring. I mean, like, I just felt it was boring. I don't know. It kind of bounced around a little too much. There were too many characters involved in the puzzle, which was probably what led to its downfall. Let's rate the characters next. My favorite character is Michael Myers, which is why Halloween Kills honestly isn't last. Like, if Michael Myers was, like, my third or fourth favorite character, this would probably be the worst movie. But I just like Michael Myers too much to give it a low score. Second is probably Jason Voorhees. I love Jason Voorhees. I love the slasher killers. A lot of people kind of hate on the classic horror films because like they're super like retro and like old and outdated. But I love the concepts. I love man. These directors had great minds coming into this when they were making these characters. Next, probably Jigsaw. I fucking love Jigsaw. Jigsaw's a genius. His puzzles are great. The movies are interesting. Fourth is the Babadook. I really like the Babadook. Great, like very unique character, very unique like story with it, like a boogeyman type of guy. Like probably the best like boogeyman type character in horror movies. Next would probably be the Nun. She's very scary. She's honestly the most powerful out of all of these. Like honestly, in a fight between these seven, if there was like a battle royale fight, she'd probably win. Next would be there's only six here. Freddy Krueger is my least favorite. I like the Texas Chainsaw guy and then Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is my least favorite. Yeah. Now I'm gonna talk about some movies I'm looking. I'm probably gonna watch more horror films. I'm really into these. I really fucking love them. I'm so happy I did this and posted these reviews because I'm really interested in watching more horror films, and I think it's gonna be very interesting. I want to watch Scream, although I heard it's not that scary. I think I've watched it a couple times, but I need to watch it again because it came out a long time ago. Ghostface is a pretty cool character. He's pretty iconic. A lot of people dress up for him as Halloween. Next, I want to watch Candyman, especially the new one. I think there was really good reviews for Candyman. He's a really cool character. He's got like bees surrounding him. He's got the hook hand, like everything that makes an iconic character, just uniqueness. I want to continue the Saw series, which I'm probably going to do next. I'm probably just going to keep watching the Saw series. My friend actually said the third Saw is the best Saw, so I'm probably going to continue watching those. I don't know if I want to watch Child's Play. I was thinking about watching Child's Play, but then I'm like, it's a freaking doll. It's not going to scare me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm probably going to watch Hellraiser with Pinhead. Pinhead's another guy. I was actually going to watch that and include it in this video, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have time. I was hanging out with family and stuff. I only watched one film today. I watched like four yesterday, and then two the other day. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. If you want me to start reviewing movies, I actually can. I'll literally cater to all of you guys. I cater to my fans. I love you guys. I thank you for all your support. Thank you for Caleb, my boy, for pulling up, and yeah. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these type of things. Is Ian coming in? Our lovely co-host might be coming in the room in a little bit. Is he gonna text me when he just came here? I don't know. But anyway, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm planning on tomorrow doing an NBA and an NFL recap. We're doing both recaps all in one for you guys. Great stuff there. And then Tuesday, I think I'm gonna play Marvel Avengers. That sounds like some fun. I'm probably gonna do that because I think my dad's gonna game share it with me, so that'll be fucking awesome. I'll play some Marvel Avengers. That'll be sick. Some more gaming content. I feel like this channel needs a little bit more gaming content on it. Wednesday, I'll probably do the Madden video. Thursday, if there's music coming out, I'll listen to it. Friday, we're going to do a Call of Duty Vanguard stream. We're gonna play multiplayer on Friday. some of the campaign on Saturday, and I think Sunday we're going to play some zombies. It's just going to be an all-in-one. But anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy GZTV. Have a wonderful night. Hopefully your Halloween's going well. Some of you guys are probably out trick-or-treating. For all I know, I don't freaking know. Have a lovely night. Happy Halloween.